One of the first things that we need in this vertical integration of the production is to have the right information. How do we get the right information? We can have all the information daily from the stores on sales the day before, but that's easy, just to know what styles are selling, colors are selling, and all this. But the difficult thing is to know what we don't have and we should. And in order to know this, communication is very important. Personal communication with the store manager. And for instance, we are now seeing a meeting that they are having right here, all the product people along with the commercial people, in order to establish also how many styles we're going to do for the collection that they are doing right now. And they are just dealing with the information that they are getting from the store managers, and they are now putting it all together in order to take decisions about the product and how to manage the product. After all this information they get from the stores, then we have different options about the product. The creation is not only a matter of the designers, graphic designers. It's a matter of all this information and all the decisions that they all together take following all this information that they are gathering in the stores. Once we get all this information, we have several options. First of all, we can decide that an article is not selling well, so we can take it out of the collection. No problem at all, because we don't have stock. As we produce, we sell, we just send to the store, so it's not a problem of stock. Also, we can decide just to keep in style but make another one which is slightly different, because people in the stores, they ask for this. And they say, for instance, don't you have this in this color? Don't you have stripes instead of squares? And then another third option that we have is to introduce a new item in the collection. And that's very important, because actually that's the main objective of Zara. All the integration, all the organization, all the work that we do and how we do it is in order to get this fast response to the market when they need it and how they need it. Since this is like a chain with no end and no beginning, it's like everything just goes around. So this will be the beginning, but at the same time is the continuity, because this happens during the whole season. From everything that you can find in the store, 80 to 90%, depending on the collections, of course, but 80 to 90% is more or less is produced in Europe. From that 80 to 90%, we have like a 65%, which is manufactured here in Spain, and from that 50% is made right here in Artejo, here in our facilities. Our fabrics arrive here from several parts in the world, mainly from Italy, France, and even Spain. Once we have the fabrics, we have the first step, which is the marking, which will help us to take the most profit, to minimize the waste of the cloth as we are going to cut. As we cut more than 35 million meters of cloth in 1 year, this is a very important step to take. It's like putting a puzzle, but it's a puzzle where the pieces don't match, because actually the patterns are different, they have different shapes. So the persons in charge of doing the marking, they must make this puzzle fit, although they are not supposed to match. This is one of the most difficult things, because it becomes even more difficult as they have to match stripes, or they have to respect the direction of the cloth. This information goes straight to the cutting table. The matches will be from 40 up to 100, 120 layers of cloth. We pick up the blocks of fabric which are sent to the workshops. In the workshops they put together all the pieces of the garments. These workshops are located all over the region in Galicia, even the northern part of Portugal. The workshops are owned by independent subcontractors. In total, we have more than 11,000 people working in the workshops. The workshop is organized as an array of small assembly lines. Garments are sent back here to the very same manufacturing plant that has done the cut. Once we get them back here, we start with the quality control, which also is the beginning of the ironing process. Quality control involves several steps. We check every single part one by one. Once we finish the quality control, then the garments are sent to the bagging system machine. They are bagged and transferred to the distribution center on an automated system. This system links every manufacturing plant with the logistics center by a total of 211 kilometers of rail. The distribution center has an area of 400,000 square meters, which are divided in two areas. One of it will be dedicated to the hanging clothes, and then another one to the folding clothes. These two floors for the hanging clothes, the first one is where we receive all the garments which are arriving directly from the manufacturing centers. And the second floor, where we can see the red papers, this is the floor where we distribute the garments to the stores. Actually, in those red papers, we have the names of each store in the world. Then, in the other area for the folding garments, the way we distribute is using what we call the carousel, a distribution machine which has been done specifically for us. A system of distribution based on the mail. As the garments arrive to the computers, they pass through the infrared, through the barcode. So they identify what kind of garment we're going to distribute at that moment. The folding clothes are carried around the carousel on trays, which automatically distribute into boxes that are going to the stores that order them. The way the stores make the orders is through the PDA. The day that they have to make the order, they just connect the PDA, and the office here in the logistics center will send them all the availability that we have in the logistics center, everything that we have manufactured from the last order. By the end of the day, they just gather all the orders from the 3 departments inside of the store in one of the PDAs, and they connect it again, so the order will arrive to the office here in the logistics center as a unique order from that store. The trucks are owned by independent subcontractors. The stores order twice per week, although we send the merchandise 4 times per week from the distribution center here in La Coruña. 2 days we'll distribute to a specific geographical area, and then another 2 days will be for another geographical area.